From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker.
Plans for their major fundraiser were ruined when a burglar stole their money and damaged most of their donations. But the community rallied to help. Supporting United Charities, our top story on News 13 for this Thursday. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Bazinski. First, some quick breaking news to tell you about, though. PPL confirming that about 2,200 customers were without power in the Heights and Terrace sections of Hazel and Hazel Township this afternoon. What you're looking at right now is the scene at the intersection of Poplar Street and the Arthur Gardner Parkway. As you can see, special traffic details and fire police had to come in and direct traffic as all the signals lost power. Similar situations reported at intersections all across the southern portion of the city and the township. PPL still trying to determine what the cause of that outage was, which happened just after 2 this afternoon. However, most folks back online just as of news time. Well, weeks before that fundraiser that really helps drive its programs, the United Charities office suffered a break-in, and much of the goods that they were going to sell or raffle this weekend were ruined. Christina Papa tells us how the community has reached out to help and what you can do to save the day.
They're getting ready for their annual raffle, but less than a month ago, United Charities was robbed.
Our office was broken into, and we had begun our preparations for our our regular auction raffle. The gift cards were taken out, and we had to destroy the baskets because there was blood, over them.
After the baskets were trashed, the charity wasn't sure if they would be able to hold their annual raffle. Luckily, folks like Annie Kistler, who have seen the support of United Charities, were there to help raise that lost money back.
United Charities has been a big part of my life for a long time. So I did go to a couple different places and asked them for gift cards, and I got a couple gift cards.
Annie never thought she would need United Way's support, but when her husband lost his job, they were there to help her through.
People might think, I'm never going to use those agencies, but believe me, things happen in life that you need their help.
Annie, along with others in the community, took to Facebook to spread the word about the robbery. That's when donations came rolling in. Now United Charities says they're ready for the Tricky Tray raffle thanks to community members who donated items like gift cards for this weekend's event. But that's not all they received. The community has donated 104 Tricky Trays since the burglary, and they're still coming in. Executive Director of United Children's Home Betsy Erzillo was astonished to find out what folks like Annie were willing to give from their pockets.
The community has reached out. They've done more than what we thought they would do, and they have helped us in every imaginable way.
Now that the community has come together, Mary Angela Schell says the raffle is back on. Now all that's left to do is celebrate. The raffle is this Saturday, May 18th. Doors open at Christ Lutheran in Cunningham at 10:30, and the raffle begins at 12:30. Christina Papa, News 13, West Hazleton.
Well, yesterday, a bomb threat arrest, and now police saying more students at a local high school could face some charges. Police in Wright Township say they suspect several students have been illegally selling and trading a large quantity of prescription drugs at Crestwood High School. Investigators say the students are cooperating, and they began looking into the illegal drug sales while they were investigating the bomb threats.
The school had someone in custody who was in possession of a large amount of pills, and Officer Winsock did his investigation, and apparently he got enough information that those arrests are imminent.
Investigators say those charges could be filed as soon as next week. Well, for more than 60 years, the Ashland police operated out of a one-room building. The tight space made it difficult to work and even affected investigations. But today, the force has found a new home. Matthew Petrillo gives us a tour.
The police station here has the bathroom. There's a shower, which is really important for us if there's like blood stains or any kind of things on that order.
Showing off the new Ashland Police Headquarters, which sits right next to the Anthracite Museum, Chief Adam Bernardin talks like an excited kid at a new playground.
I have to get some more things moved here, but this is going to be better, orderly. I can find the evidence right away. It's secure, and it's great.
The former police building was a project built during the New Deal, but it had little room for today's staff, which includes 3 full-time officers and 18 part-timers. Police had difficulty organizing evidence. The one-room station made it cramped for meetings and filing. And interviewing suspects would be ruined if someone walked in.
People would walk in, they didn't know. It was one of those where they just walked in to make a complaint. But now I can separate and it doesn't affect an investigation.
Now, for the first time since this police department has been around in the 1950s, they now have an interview room. The chief says that this will help with investigations, and if the suspects get out of hand, they can control them and even tie them back.
If you had seen our old police station, you'd be absolutely amazed. This is a total 180.
The mayor says the project is the result of a community effort. Students from the local Votech school worked on building the space for 3 years.
The drywall from the bed, put it in, hung it, screwed it in, fastened it, spackled it, sanded it, painted it.
And Dylan says he was happy to get out of the classroom.
Because you can actually experience it instead of sitting and reading it out of a book. We're down here working with our buddies, you know, doing what we like to do.
When you get into a building like this, you have a lot of obstacles to overcome. So they had to think for themselves how to bend conduit to get over the pipes and around the beams.
The fact that the students built it is just a real credit to the local youth of the area.
And it's an accomplishment they'll be proud of for generations to come. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Ashland.
And still ahead on News 13, talk about a beautiful day, and guess what? We're looking at a pretty nice weekend. We'll tell you all about it in News 13 weather. But first, don't you dare call them seniors. The times are a-changing, and so is the name of a local gathering place for mature residents. We'll tell you all about it when News 13 continues. Well, there's nothing senior about them anymore. Older folks are looking and acting younger than ever. Christina Papa visited a local agency today where those who once were senior citizens are now active adults.
Gertie DeMelfi says she may be slowing down, but she's still got it.
I'm 94. I could do it. I just take the car and go out to the mall, or I go different places, shopping, and I get my own gas in my car.
With active seniors like Gertie going to the senior center, the center's manager says the Area Agency on Aging for Luzerne and Wyoming counties' senior center's new name, Active Adult Center, seems appropriate.
To bring in maybe the baby boomers, the younger crowd, trying to attract a younger group, 55 and above now, and just get a fresh new take on it. It used to be 60 and above, so I think it's a great change.
Hazelton Center is one of the many in the area that will get the name change. The center's manager, Donna Gray, says the center already holds many active events for the seniors.
We do bus trips, and there's skiing and walking clubs, and yeah, very active.
But not everyone's excited about the name change. Some folks who come here say this is a senior center and that's the way it should stay.
Some people are not used to it yet.
This is a senior center. It's always been a senior center. Why all of a sudden do we have to have something different?
The change means new events will also be added to the program, including Zumba Gold and other health programs. Folks 55 or older looking to join are welcome to stop by the center. Donna says new members are always welcome.
They should come in and do a membership or give us a call. Our number is 459-1441, so we'd love to have them.
Gertie says as long as they keep bingo, she doesn't mind seeing a change here at the center.
I don't do anything, only play bingo and have lunch. But senior citizens, Hazelton senior citizens, I thought that was great.
Christina Papa, News 13, Hazelton.
And a special day for some active kids at one local school as they were introduced to the magic of reading.
All right, look at the audience, smile. Guys, get ready. Caesar, take a little bow.
There was plenty of applause as students at the West Hazelton Elementary Middle School experienced a day of illusion. Magician Joe Romano promotes reading across the country. He even made a guest appearance at the White House, performing at the opening show for First Lady Michelle Obama's Read Across America celebration. Joe told stories and performed illusions, illustrating the magic that can happen when children read.
When the guy Joe wrote Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and he was talking when he was talking.
Can you tell me what was your favorite part about the show so far?
The same thing as he said.
I know that wasn't magic, that was just twins, but both Alexander and Gabriel and the other kids all got the magical message that reading is fun. And time now for our regional weather from the National Weather Service. Checking the radar, mostly a little ground reflection out of Binghamton. Beyond that, nothing but clear skies, and that's how it should be right through Sunday pretty much. Creative condition is a colorful one. It's by Keegan Saltz, a student at Valley Elementary, and it looks like Keegan and a friend have a football and baseball going at once. outside their big purple house. Now let's take a look at News 13 weather from the National Weather Service for Greater Hazleton for tonight. Mostly clear with a low around 47 degrees. And for Friday, sunny with a high near 67. Little cloudy at night with a low down to 49 degrees. And heading to Schuylkill County tonight, mostly clear with a low of 45. Then for Friday, sunny there as well with a high near 71. Partly cloudy at night with a low around 47. And now let's check the winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. The daily 977, Big 4 1940, Quinto 94394, and the treasure hunt 1 4 10 18 27. Hope you won.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy 15th anniversary to Sherry Steibing. Love forever from Henry. Tonight's Talk of the Town report, PA State Police Troop and will be conducting a child passenger safety seat checkup Monday, May 20th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Palmerton Community Ambulance. Parents are encouraged to have their seat installed so a technician can provide instructions on how to properly use each seat. And finally, Hazleton FOP Lodge number 18 will be holding their second annual golf tournament Saturday, June 1st at Edgewood in the Pines Golf Course. Cost is $320 per foursome, including green fees, cart, hot lunch, dinner, and drinks. Will be a 1:15 shotgun start. For more info, call 570-459-4940. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. John Anthony Bangor of Roslyn. Memorial Mass will be held Saturday at 10 a.m. at the St. John of the Cross Church. The Irvina White Buford Funeral Service is in charge of arrangements. Barbara Marie Barron, formerly of Hometown. Funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Emily M. Paltjohn of Nescopec. Arrangements are incomplete and will be announced by the Harmon Funeral Home. Mary M. Ballas of Freeland. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. in the Immaculate Conception Parish at St. Anne's Church. Viewing will be private. The McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Paul E. Sokolowski of Cunningham. Memorial is Saturday at 2 p.m. at the Black Creek United Methodist Church. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's, once again, the Hazleton area's #1 rated restaurant. Call 570-501-3410 for information on luncheon packages.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, wouldn't you know it, as we finally get some authentic spring weather, all the high school stuff is just about wrapped up. However, we still have the district playoffs. We've been talking about it all week with track and field and, well, baseball and softball. The brackets are out, and it's now official. We know where everybody's going to line up, and let's take a look. Let's jump right into it. As far as baseball in Quad A, the Hazleton area Cougars are the #4 seed, so they will host the #5 seed, and that's the Scranton Knights. Ironically, the team that has knocked the Cougars out of the district playoffs, not 1, not 2, but 3 consecutive years. Game is going to be played on Sunday. Now, that's a rarity in the PIAA. Sunday at 4 o'clock down at the Rex Antonozzi Field. Problem is, Scranton has their prom on Monday. That's why you can't play. And for those saying, who has a prom on a Monday? Well, let's talk Lackawanna County. They're doing it because Tuesday, no school due to Election Day. I don't know, you figure it out. Other half of the bracket, you got Delaware Valley and Wallen-Pulpack as the #3 and 6 seed. Now the winner of Hazleton-Scranton will play Williamsport, who's the #1 seed. And down in the lower half, Valley West is waiting that Delaware Valley Wallen-Pulpack winner. They got the #2 seed. As far as single A goes, MMI will square off against Wyoming Sim. MMI is the 3 in the single A, and Wyoming Sim is the 6. The winner there gets Old Forge. Blue Ridge, meanwhile, plays Forest City. The winner of that one, Lackawanna Trail, waiting in the wings. Now, as we said, District Track, we talked about District 2 the other night. Well, District 11 last night down at beautiful Blue Mountain High School. Well, a new record by Carter Green in the discus. You throw it 152 feet? Are you kidding me? That is a big-time throw with a capital letter B, and that's really very, very good, particularly when you're saying this is a girl. Meanwhile, Christine Streisel, shot put. She gets the winner for Tamaqua. Boys, Tyler Hope won the javelin, and North Schuylkill's Brandon Sharon, a new record in the 2 mile. He closed it in on the 9-minute mark. The meet continues. They monitor and follow what the state does. It's a 2-day meet in District 11, so maybe District 2 is paying attention to that. Schuylkill League Baseball Championships in a thriller. Tamaqua edges North Schuylkill 2-1 the final there. Wonder how many of these Tamaqua Blue Raiders were Tamaqua Little League All-Stars. They always have one of the best teams. Minor League Baseball, Russ Kanzler on a tear last night, 3 for 5 with a run batted in. The average creeping back to that 300 level. And the Iron Pigs, they were in a Donnybrook with Toledo Mudhens. The Mudhens prevailed 12-11, the final in that one. Now, he may not be from Hazleton, but good news for a northeastern Pennsylvania guy who Nittany Lion fans know real well. Matt McGloin, the free agent, was not drafted. He signed a 3-year contract with the Oakland Raiders. Now, he'll be battling it out. They're going to be having 4 quarterbacks that'll be vying for 3 positions. So it's not a guarantee by any means, but good news for Matt McGloin. I bet they're celebrating up in the streets of West Scranton today. News 13 Sports is sponsored by Sand Springs, featuring a world-class golf course as well as celebrations, the area's most luxurious banquet and wedding facility.
Welcome to this week's Family Time. Today I'm in 5th grade class and these students just graduated DARE. What does DARE stand for?
Drug Abuse Resistance Education.
Awesome. So they definitely learned that, but what else did you guys do in DARE?
Well, we learned how to avoid drugs and certain types of drugs and just the things that you should avoid and things that you should do if you ever find drugs or...
You were explaining that you learned some new drugs that you might not have learned when you were little, right? And why do you think you learned about all those drugs?
Just so you know what they are. Like if somebody offers them to you, you know that would be bad, and so you have like a better knowledge of what drugs are, like what they are and what kind they are and the names for them.
And what about peer pressure? Did you guys talk about that at all too?
Yes. Peer pressure is when someone pressures you into taking something or doing something that you shouldn't be doing.
And you always say, what's your answer when someone asks you about drugs?
No.
No. Awesome. And you won an essay competition, right?
Yes.
And you got to read your essay during the graduation. What was your essay about?
It was about showing people that there's better things in life and there's other things to turn to instead of drugs, because you have a whole life ahead of you and a future that you can achieve if you set your mind to it.
Perfect. So what kind of things maybe can people do instead of drugs?
They could find the right friends to hang out with, the ones that won't peer pressure them in negative ways. They could just hang around with people they know are safe and make sure they have an adult that they really can talk to if they have a problem.
Yeah, definitely. And I know you guys did a lot more stuff than just the graduation. What were some of the highlights that you can remember this year when you were in DARE?
Just learning about everything and seeing his equipment, and graduating was my favorite part.
Yeah, getting that diploma? Okay, and so when you were in class, what can you remember, some of the things maybe he brought in?
He brought in a couple of interns that were going to be cops, and they played games with us.
Very cool. And did you guys ever, I know you spoke about how he brought in something you could see what's inside a cigarette and how bad it is. What other things did he bring in?
Well, he showed us his gear, I said, and he brought in a flag to hang up in the classroom.
Okay. Very cool. Well, thanks guys so much. Congratulations on graduating DARE. That's this week's Family Time. We'll see you next week.
And plenty more news and information headed your way on News 13. Smaller communities in our area having tough times handling problems, but a source of help may be going away. That story and much more news when the 13 crew comes right back.